गुड मॉर्निंग एंड वेलकम टू गना शॉर्ट। गना शॉर्ट में आप सबका स्वागत है। टुडे इज गोइंग टू बी अ फन डे। नो टोमेटोज, नो टोमेटोज आफ्टर Pakistan's victory. Pakistan has claimed victory over India. Pakistan has claimed victory over Afghanistan. Pakistan has claimed victory over the world. But there are no tomatoes. And look at that armed Pakistani, that militarized Pakistani saying, क्या यार तुमने तो बदली कर दिया, तुम तो रॉकफेलर था। तो आप लोग सोच रहे ये रॉकफेलर क्यों बोल रहा है? तो रॉकफेलर इसीलिए है कि ये रॉक सेलर था, ये रॉक्स लेके गया था ट्रम्प के पास, तो रॉकफेलर बन गया। अब तक टमाटर नहीं है। वी ऑल नो दैट, यू नो, they went into a war with Pakistan. That skirmish, 5 days it lasted. Then they sealed the border, and then no tomatoes. Why tomatoes come from Afghanistan? A lot of things Afghans are, suffering, maybe. But who will suffer more? One has to see. And Pakistan, in half the space of Afghanistan, has got 5 times the population, 240, 50 million. Some people say it's 300 million people. Afghanistan has just got about 40 million. Of course, they are already in poverty. तो उसके साथ तो नंगे को क्या निचोड़ोगे? अफगानिस्तान वो तो वैसे ही मरा पड़ा है। But your people, you are talking of international politics, war and all. You don't have tomato, and the price of tomato, and depending on which thing you see, it's anything 500 rupees to 1,000 rupees a kg. Just imagine 500 rupees tomato in Pakistan. Who can afford it? The armed Pakistani can't. I don't know whether it is thing or not, but the Pakistanis over the past, 1 year, what 1 year throughout their history, they're only good at cutting their own feet. They're so good that they cut off half their country. Now their balance of the country, they're chopping bit by bit. धीरे धीरे उनका है ना हलाल हलाल होता है ना उनका, so they're cutting themselves off by halal. So that's it. Whatever Pakistan does, you have to be patient to understand what's happening in Pakistan, to know where the story is going. So what we're going to do today is something like that. We're going to understand what's happening in Pakistan. And, apart from this fun fact of tomatoes not being there in Pakistan and all that. Right. Now, the major issue which I am going to focus today is on the fact, one fundamental fact, that Pakistan is where it was before Op Sindoor started. In fact, it's in a worse position. Okay. Before Op Sindoor, what was the status of Pakistan? It's coming back to that, in fact, worse. You look at it. They have a problem with India, definitely. They have a problem with Afghanistan, which was not there before Op Sindoor. They don't get tomatoes. They have got a problem in Heartland Punjab with TLP. That story is not over. You have to understand that it depends on which kind of a news agency you listen to. It appears that in Murid K, up to 500, 600 people might have been killed. Even if it's a blown over estimate, even 100 people being killed, massacred. It's a massacre. And that's going to hit the Pakistani society. And it's going to create even more radicalism within the society. It's not going to be easy. You need a few idiots in Pakistan to take off. And they'll take off. Okay. And then Baluchistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, every day there's an attack, 4-5 chaps they're losing continuously. Some attack or the other, somewhere or other is happening. There's no peace. The instability in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is very high. And new things come out like tomatoes. If this was not enough, their external situation is just going from bad to worse. You read any Pakistani newspaper, he says, "Oh, we are on top of the world." So, yeah, jacket, be on top of the world, then bloody eat tomatoes there. You're not getting anything. You look at the internal writings, and then you understand the durdasha of Pakistan. I'm using this word durdasha. So, and what's we must understand in Pakistan, all channels are controlled by ISPR. Yesterday, I was reading something where it said all channels even have the same ticker tape, news on the ticker tape. They cover the same news, all channels, because they are controlled to that extent that you can only give that much news out. That's the, I mean, even in China, it wouldn't be like so bad. So, what is coming out of Pakistan, what is being told within Pakistan, everything is completely fake. What is being sold, children being sold to their own people is fake. But certain things are happening which they can't hide. It's coming out. Okay. And whether you like it or not, Pakistan people are like Indians, loud society. Some of them are talking and they will, and it's a radicalized society. Remember, their own people hung Bhutto, their own people bombed out Bhutto's daughter, Benazir. Their own people bloody shunted Parvez Musharraf off. Their own people bombed Ziaul Haq. You think this fellow, his future is not great. Neither is Pakistan's. But we'll move ahead. So what we'll do today is, I said in the beginning, Pakistan is going back to the state where it was in Opsandur or even worse. I expected to reach that state in a matter of another 2-3 months. Okay. So in that kind of a situation, what should our strategy be? That's the most important thing. And that's what we'll discuss. But to understand that, and for me to substantiate and qualify what I've said, the state of Pakistan, let's go through a few issues and you'll understand where it is. Day before, I read this article by Khurram Hussain. It says hungering for growth. At Pakistan, he analyzes the economy of Pakistan well. He's one guy who does speak the right thing. And he says Pakistan has reached peak stability. This is the last para of that article. He's a lot of things about their economy, everything has been discussed in that article. But I want to read this out and explain to you what is this concept of peak stability. I found it very interesting. He says now, one more time the story is repeating itself. Though we are in early stages of the curve, he says Pakistan has reached a state of peak stability. That's what his argument is. It's hungering for growth and it's reached a state of peak stability, which it reaches repeatedly. And when it reaches the state of peak stability, there's a stabilization part is done. After that, everyone expects growth to happen. He says the growth is yet to come in this case. But even the small incipient growth that the economy has registered in the past few months has caused imports to rise and put pressure on the foreign exchange markets. But Pakistani hai, the moment they say कि भाई ठीक है सब वापस जैसे थे, and they'll go into their mismanagement and corruption, yeah, all that, and the economy starts collapsing. And then, interestingly, he says the government is more unpopular than any in recent memory. That's the important operative part. So this government is in a worse shape than in what it was before Opsandur. And we know it's a puppet government. There's nothing. This government has got no accountability, nothing. They are only dalals of the army. Okay. And we're very clear that Shahbaz Sharif is a bootlicker. He'll lick anyone's boots. And he'll get kicked by Asim Munir any day. And he's happy about it because he's in power. and they're hungering for some kind of a breakout. Whether it comes or not, it is worth remembering that this tale has always had the same ending. That's the point. Here I have a caveat. What is this ending? We have to see this ending from our perspective. Should it end into Opsindur too? And then you restart the whole story? Don't give, let me put my proposition at the outset. Don't give Pakistan the chance of reviving itself through Opsindur too. Actually, you caught them in a damn good situation. We, from our perspective, keep them there. So let's get ahead. Their economy is in shambles. They already fudged their accounts. And the IMF is pissed about it. Is completely pissed about it. And this is being reported in Japan, Nikkei Asia. It says multi-billion dollar trade discrepancies put Pakistan data under IMF lens. These chaps kept importing for 2 years. They kept underreporting their imports and kept paying and everything. Now there's a $11 billion hole. $11 billion hole, which they're not able to explain. Some chaps they're explaining in some manner or other, but there's a hole. So the IMF said, okay, we'll give you the next tranche of money. They went to the IMF last month, no, early this month. IMF said, okay, in principle we'll give you, but we want to see your books. Bhai kata dikhao tumhara. Show me your books and show us your thing, how, and then we'll give you money. Now Pakistan says, no, don't come. We don't want your team here. We'll give you data. And then IMF says, no, we'll come. So and these guys are running around in circles as to how to ensure that the IMF team doesn't come. Because part of this thing is IMF says, look, you guys have spent on defense, which is not part of the IMF deal. We are not going to give you money. So, right? So that's where it is. So they are caught in a vice. I don't think the IMF is going to let them off easy. Actually, now Pakistan is on drip irrigation. Okay, right. Why I say drip irrigation? Say till about 2 weeks back, it was all said, oh, Pakistan is on the highway, everything, Trump will invest, pay and all that. He'll get oil reserves, minerals, this, that, and then that happens, Pakistan will become rich. And then Trump very coolly said, you please put people in Gaza. Now suddenly Pakistan doesn't want to put people in Gaza, because if it puts people in Gaza, TLP will again flare up. So if Pakistan doesn't give their forces to be put in Gaza, then Trump will say, yeah, why should I give you money? But Trump is using Pakistan like a counter, and he's fingering China. Now it's very clear. I'll take Pasni, I'll take your minerals, I'll take anything, and then screw you. We should understand what Trump's game is. And then Saudis are also playing their game of survival. They say, अच्छा ठीक है, ये इसको आने दो यार, इसको थोड़ा बीक डाल दो, deploy your troops against Houthis. These chaps again are worried. If they deploy their troops against Houthis and Shias, here the Shia Sunni issue will come in. They're screwed again. So if that is the case, if Pakistan doesn't give troops to either Saudi Arabia or USA, then Pakistan's utility is zero. Who will give them money? IMF will keep screwing them. And Pakistan today, with its problem in Afghanistan and India, can't give people. They can't give troops. Because then their fundamental, basic, internal requirement of troops will go for a toss. Because one division will go out if they do that. If they give, they're at a loss. If they don't, पैसा नहीं है. So they're caught. It's not just two front war between Afghanistan and India. That's what I'm trying to highlight today. If this is not enough, all multinationals are exiting Pakistan. It's not Microsoft only. It is Procter and Gamble, IGI, Ogilvy and Mather. You name it, and they're going. They're all saying, "Thank you, Pakistan. It's time for us to go." Right? So there's a huge problem. And if all these guys are going, then where's the employment? They have to get employment. No, that's gone. What are revenues? Or now that Pakistani minister, oh, it doesn't matter. Multinationals keep going and coming. Who are the multinationals coming? There's no one. From some Saudi Arabia, one chap is coming. What is he going to do? He's going to sell shawarma in petrol pumps. So that's the that's the FDI they're getting. And some other fellow says, I'll give you $14 million. 14 million का FDI? यार वो चिल्लर है. So, and this will become an exodus. It's already about 10 to 12 big firms have left. Uber. Uber, I think, also is winding up in Pakistan. So you find that, the reality strikes no matter how much you do. And mind you, this picture which I've shown and is a feature in Dawn. I picked it up today morning. Early morning when I woke up and I was going through and Dawn. I read Dawn also incidentally, besides South China Morning Post and Guancha. I saw this. Yeah, this is bad. No, you look at the earlier thing, the IMF is not interested in being here. Multinationals are executing. And it doesn't stop here, there's more to it. Look at this. This is from Friday Times. Najam Seti's. It comes every Friday. Pakistan struggle to save agriculture and soil from climate change. It's an innocuous kind of headline. But the lethality of this is tremendous. We all know August there was floods in Pakistan. Okay, heavy floods in Pakistan. And they managed to save some crops, but some got destroyed. Rice. That rice crop, a lot of it got destroyed. Now the thing is, the drainage in Pakistan is so poor. Why the drainage in Pakistan is so poor? Because the canal systems are not reformed. Now if your canal system can't carry amount of water, where will water go? It can't go anywhere. It's staying in Pakistan. There's a lot of places in Pakistan where the water is stagnant. The water is not going. There's no drainage. If the drainage doesn't take place and if your ground is not dry enough, you can't do sowing. And that sowing season is now. Their main wheat season is now, October, November. You go anywhere in Punjab, this is the time people are burning stubble. Why do you think burning stubble happens now in October, November and Delhi becomes foggy? Because they burn the stubble of rice now and start sowing wheat. If that is if it is, you can't do anything there because your drainage is poor. Okay. You can't sow in time. And what's worse, the natural drainage of water. After all, our Punjab was also underwater. The natural drainage of water is northeast, southwest. So water from our part of the border, Jammu, Punjab, in northern Rajasthan, which was waterlogged, that water is drained. Where will it go? Natural drainage into Pakistan. The natural drainage has gone to Pakistan. From Pakistan, it has to go through Indus and out. It's not going. Because their canals are silted, everything. Their canals can't take the water. They don't have drainage. And that Hakra depression, which is in the South Punjab, south of Satluj, Rahim Yar Khan, it's a depression. Why is it a depression? Because there's no drainage in that part of Punjab. It's geographic. It's hitting them. And if there's no drainage and water is still, the soil is wet, they can't think, then their wheat crop will go fat, which means their economy will go even worse. When you assess militarily, you do all this. And this is what that analysis tells. I have put what my analysis, old time analysis, this, everything. You have to get a holistic picture. It says, look, there were severe monsoons in 2025, floods, they caught widespread waterlogging. It will delay the sowing, wheat sowing, and potentially make it impossible in some areas. So, in some places, there's going to be no wheat sowing this year. Right. The typical sowing window in October and November is shrinking dramatically, threatening the country's food supply and exacerbating food insecurity. Matter of 2 months, 1 month, I'll put it this way. Today we are in mid-November, end November. Matter of another 1 month, you will come to know that exactly where Pakistan is. If they have not been able to put crops on ground, they're not going to get crops out. They're not going to get anything in lieu. There's going to be famine in Pakistan, or they have to import. Just think, this country till 4-5 years back was a net food exporter. And what was it used to export? It used to export wheat. For the past 3 years, it's importing wheat. People give all kinds of stories, but the fact is that it has to import wheat, otherwise it cannot survive. So the thing is going to be even worse. And studies by Friday time show that every week of delay can reduce yields by 10 to 20%. This is the operative sentence. If the amount of sowing is less, the output is also less. Because once the cold sets in, crop won't grow well. Or the shoots will, the initial thing. For everything to happen in life and nature, you need the right soil condition, temperature, salinity, all that nonsense. It goes a whole lot. So if the cropping is late, that plant will be weak and you don't get that output. If in October, November, Pakistan doesn't put wheat seeds to ground, their output is going to suffer. On two counts. One is there'll be some places where they can't sow anything, so that land will go waste and fallow, or they'll have to do some alternate cropping. By then, even the other thing which you can grow along with wheat is mustard. That also is too late. It will become too late. फिर वो चना आप बो सकते हो. That too when the ground is dry and it is cold. But remuneratively, the thing is wheat and mustard. So if it is delayed too much, you can't sow. And if you do delayed sowing, the output is less. So both ways you're going to get hit. And that's what's going to happen in Pakistan. And when that happens, remember, agriculture is 20% of their GDP. Or maybe even 25% today, because everything else is falling. But 70% of their people depend on agriculture. You see this thing happening, and by next month, Pakistan will be begging. Their begging bowl will become bigger, but that begging bowl is going to have more holes. Now, Pakistan is seeking to become part of the BRICS, and they want access to the BRICS bank. No one is going to give them money anywhere else, so they want to come to the BRICS bank and take money. Loan, Bikari. और कहाँ जाएगा? Again, this is Nikki Asia's reporting. It can't be wrong. So You will see this begging bowl becoming bigger. And that idiot Asim Munir is selling rocks. He is selling dreams to Trump, and Trump is not taking it beyond a point. बोलता रहता है ट्रम्प कि मेरा फेवरेट फील्ड मार्शल है, द ग्रेट कंट्री, आई एम गोइंग टू डू दिस डू दैट. यू नो व्हाट ट्रम्प हैज डन सो फार. So here India can do what it has to do, it will do. See, you see this, they're banking on China to see them through. You think China will bother? China is also feeling bad that what Pakistan has swung towards USA. And then India will say, why should I give you a loan? Already India has put its foot down that it cannot allow Pakistan to enter BRICS. So it has to come to us. Screw them there, yeah. उनको मरवाओ. अच्छा, then this fellow interesting. This is the story which these guys are now talking of. I mean, this is quite everyone is saying, but let's see what the main things are, because we should understand their thinking. Okay, because from now hereafter I'm going to switch from economy to military. The two main things which we have to examine in a country always are its economy and its military. I've shown you where the economy is. It's very fast heading into the pre-Sindoor days. Now we'll talk of the military and their outlook, geopolitical outlook.
Indian military is politicized and Indian polity is militarized.
Yeah, he's already said Indian polity is militarized, Indian military is politicized. Okay, I hope it happens. I hope it happens. Because in Pakistan, this thing is not there because the political and the military is the same. And actually what he says is perfectly fits the Chinese model. That as an army man, I hope it happens because then we'll sort out Pakistan. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen. It's a different thing. But he's giving my wish list as an army man. But if I look at it as an Indian sane thing, we are hamkush. Neither is our army politicized, nor is our polity militarized. Okay.
Creating unmanageable asymmetries in conventional domain, thus stressing Pakistan's strategic hand.
So we are already stressing Pakistan's strategic hand. This is an admission. He says India is making unconventional, asymmetries, or rather unmanageable asymmetries, right? Forcing Pakistan's conventional hand. So they're in a problem. They're feeling the pinch. It's nice to say I downed 7 Rafales, but now you see they're not able to recover out of their losses. That's what is important to understand. They have not made any purchases. No one has given them 1 naya paisa worth of military equipment. If any transfer of equipment takes place, you come to know. So whatever they have lost in Opsundur, they have lost. On the other hand, we have added. You see from Opsundur to now how much equipment you have added into your kitty. That's the difference. That's what he's talking of, and he's worried, and he's now expressing it in all kinds of forum and letting it go. Forget about militarization, politicization.
This assertion is not merely a sloganeering, but is based on cold logic, quantitative, and measurable analysis. Pakistan prefers dialogue over disengagement, peace over conflict, and civility over jingoism, and stands ready to engage with India to find a peaceful and a negotiated solutions to all disputes, including Kashmir.
What is he saying? Effect कि भैया मेरे पास बस की बात नहीं है, बात कर लो. वो अलग बात है. He can only put it in this manner, and he will put a price on his speech. He says first we'll talk of Kashmir. He said that also. But he's got no options. His options are closing very fast. You have to understand that.
Pakistan desires normalization with India based on principles of peaceful coexistence, sovereign equality, but more importantly, dignity and honor. But it requires a willingness on the Indian side as well. We believe that a third party is essential to any possible mechanism of dispute resolution between India and Pakistan. We shall always welcome.
So he wants a third party. And who's the third party as per him? China. And we don't want China because we have a problem with China as it is. Then he goes to USA. The next thing is to USA, isn't it? We've told already China, USA to take a walk. So where does he go? But now the new third party he will invoke is Saudis. He will ask Saudis to come in. That's why he's gone and sucked up to Saudis. Okay.
Such initiatives by any state, international body, or a multilateral organization. In nutshell, ladies and gentlemen, India is an important country of global south and an aspirant of a major stake in the world order. However, it cherishes hegemonism and expansionism, envisions radicalism, and blatantly defies UN resolutions, international law, and human rights.
So ये तो कहानी है बाद में. But the major thing he says, don't force my strategic hand. What is that? The hidden thing in this is I will use my nuclear weapons, which that fellow also said, his boss, Munirji. Okay. So the fact is that this talk, it's a two-tone talk. One, he talks big. The other is he's showing his hand. कि भैया मेरे पास कुछ नहीं है except nuclear. बस वही एक बचा है. So the fact is, I've also spoken of the fact that on 10th May, he could not have used nuclear weapons then. But can he use nuclear weapons now? Can he threaten us with nuclear weapons now? We should understand this. He can. Because from May to now, he would have thought through how to use a nuclear weapon with, look, you don't need 100 nuclear weapons. You need one to be effective against India. It's a different thing that if it comes to that, they also fully know that you will put 10 more on his head and that's the end of Pakistan. But life is not that. So he is going to get into nuclear blackmail. And he is going to play on the psyche of the West with this nuclear blackmail. Because he is going to point a finger there. What if he gives nuclear know-how to Iran and helps Iran with a bomb? I'm sure people in USA are thinking that's one of the reasons why they've invested into Pakistan right now, and I'm okay with it. We'll talk of it at the end. And now Pakistan is in a panic from yesterday. Why? Because they raised this issue of Sir Creek, all that nonsense by their aggression. I mean, there's also news that someone has gone, one of their core commanders has gone to the Sir Creek area to see kya hoga. They're worried that we'll do something in Sir Creek. So there's a high alert on. What happened? Here, look at this. Let me explain. We gave a NOTAM out. That NOTAM covered, virtually, this is Sir Creek. This is Sir Creek. So we gave a NOTAM out for a tri-services exercises, which here and here. Immediately they've gone into a NOTAM and they've also said they've also declared a NOTAM. So for this exercise which we are going to do, we'll see with that exercise when it happens, we'll analyze it. They're on an alert. Takao and co. This is the best strategy. They are worried that will this Op Sindoor happen now? Opsindur 2. So they're gone into defensive mode here. Now you'll do your tri-service exercises. A tri-service exercise might be just 3 ships going up and down and 4 aircraft going this side, that side. But that fellow is fully alert today. If he's fully alert, understand, if he's fully alert, he has to fly a lot of aircraft, he has to open up all his ISR, he has to open up all his defensive equipment. So it's costly. It's very costly. He has to reorient, he has to move troops, all that. And all that he has to do when there's a problem in Punjab with the TLP. Every day he's suffering casualties there. Where? In Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Baluchistan. Baluchistan, I think yesterday, they lost 4 chaps in some attack in some place. Look, you might say these chaps are also, killing others. It doesn't matter whether you kill 100 rebels or 200 rebels. You are suffering. Oh, he's caught. And then, of course, Afghanistan also is caught. Where does he turn? So, my way of looking at the Opsindur 2 is keep doing this. Day after tomorrow, do another exercise up north in Punjab and J&K. So, let him rush there. Let him keep running up and down like a joker. And keep spending, which he can't, which he doesn't have. How much can he spend? Let him spend. Let him spend money on patrol, moving up and down, and wear his equipment out. Because every move you do, if there's a defensive move, he has to spend 5 times more. Because he doesn't know when you will turn into an offensive. Keep him guessing. And not only that, India has given a NOTAM out here. So the question is, this is a new strategy India has employed. Please understand this new strategy of NOTAM. You establish NOTAMs, you say, I'm going to do unmanned thing. No one can come in this area. This is complete here, right? From just think, this entire area from the run of Kutch down to Karwar or somewhere there. You've given out 5-6 NOTAMs. I am going to do something. That means your entire navy is going to be active. And then you have said, I'll do my exercise here in Rajasthan. And this is a Tanot bulge. And this Tanot bulge is the closest to Indus. From there, look, I know about it because as a GOC artillery, all this was my op scenario. And that is very 40 kilometers, you are into Indus. The moment you reach the Indus line, thank you, Pakistan. You can split Pakistan into 2. So if you split Pakistan into 2 north-south, that is approximately Sindh and Punjab. Then Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Baluchistan will anyway think. So he's worried. He's damn worried today. So is it more prudent to keep this fellow running up and down like a dog, or fight with him? Do you fight with a dog? Have you seen a gali ka kutta? What happens to the dog on the street? It keeps running house to house for food, isn't it? Would you like him to be running up and down and tired, or get into a fight with a dog? Look at that strategy, which is actually, if this is our strategy, damn good. And let's see, we'll also, in a matter of 1 month, we'll know where we are. Okay, so this is where it is. And now, Afghanistan has played a tremendous hand. If you think all that problem with Afghanistan, Pakistan, all that is not there, they said we want to build a dams on Kunar River, and they've asked India for help because we gave them help earlier in that Salma Dam. Now, what is the effect of this? And if I were a Pakistani, I'll be tremendously upset at this point of time. I don't have wheat crops. I have problem in TLP, with the TLP, which is now at this point of time capped, but it will burst anytime. I have a problem in Afghanistan militarily. There are peace talks which will fail. There are problem in Balochistan. China is not happy with me. I don't have crops. Potentially, I don't have water. This is the Indus Basin. I mean, if you're not seen, this is quite a right. What is the Indus Basin? Yeah, all this is there. Satluj, Bias, ye, wo sab kuch idhar hai. But there are, the Indus Basin has got water coming from Afghanistan. One major thing is from Kunar and Kabul rivers. Only two. The rest, nothing comes from that side. There's the Hindu Kush range, The only two. The rest is from here. Anyway, out of this Indus Basin, Satluj, Bias, Ravi, इसमें तो पानी है ही नहीं उसके पास. Right? Upar Chenab, you have started interfering. He's got a problem. Interfering, you already got a plan afoot to put dams on Chenab so that you get better control over Chenab. The day you get better control over Chenab, it will take 4-5 years. Pakistan is at your mercy. The only river is Indus. Indus has got a problem. I'll explain to you. And part of the flow of Indus will be jammed by if Afghanistan builds dams on the Kunar River. Yeah, look at this bigger one. This is Kunar. Kunar comes like this along the border and enters Afghanistan and Kabul River. North of, in this end of Kabul River, you put Salma Dam. As it is in that Kabul River, water is lesser. Because the Salma Dam gives water to Kabul. And after that, the inflows are not much. The inflows now are from Kunar. That is why they want a whole lot of dams on Kunar. Let's see this. Yeah, look at this. So this is the Indus River. This is Tarbela Dam, one major dam of theirs. This is silted. The water holding capability in Tarbela Dam is lesser. It's far less than what it was. Okay. Now, so let me go back. So this is right. This is Indus, main Indus. Tarbela Dam is silted, like I said earlier. So is Mangla. Mangla is on Chenab. They are building a dam at Daimar Basha, but will that happen? We don't know when, because there are problems in that. In any case, for the next 5 years, that will not come up. That's the minimum. I expect another 5 years, 10 years. So now, south of Tarbela, the water is controlled. And this part of Punjab, okay, Rawalpindi, Islamabad, this part, this belt, the water comes from Tarbela. Tarbela, during dry seasons, has only runoff water, which is hardly anything. There is no, the holding capacity is gone down. It depends now on these two. This is Kunar River, which comes from the south and joins with the Kabul River here. And from here, the water gets in, and this is the border, and it gets in. Now, what happens if dams come here? On Kabul River, anyway, there's this side, somewhere here, further to the east, you have the Salma Dam, which India made, incidentally. That gives water to Kabul. Basically, it's for water to Kabul in that area. As a result, in the Kabul River, the water flow is reduced. Now, if in Kunar or somewhere in this junction, past this junction, if you put a couple of dams, and the Afghans by now are not fools. Taliban are not fools by any stretch of imagination. They know fully well what they want. They want small dams here because it's only small dams which will work in these areas. Small dam, local area irrigation, local power, get going. Environmentally also, small dams have better value. See, the Afghans are not fools. They're doing it very smart. Right? And so what is happening is this will go down water. If water goes down, and Tarbela structure is something you have to understand. The Tarbela canal structure is down south. It goes along the rivers. Water has to flow. Canal means what? You make canals so that along the lie of the land. And here it is higher and here it is lower. Water comes down from this side to this side here in this belt. Now, if water in Kunar goes down and Kabul River goes down, which is affected? Peshawar. Complete Khyber Pakhtunkhwa will get affected. If Khyber Pakhtunkhwa gets affected, what happens? They will lose. Pakistan will lose Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Peshawar to Rawalpindi, this belt, this valley. Thank you. Just next. And water is going to stir up passions. So what we should do? We should help Afghan government here. Already we are helping. Let's help. If we built Salma Dam, we built Zaranj Delaram Highway, all that, let's help. So anyway, Afghan government is asking us, okay, please help us. We'll help them. So now you have you have an option for a very tight Indus water treaty. Or rather, you have a tight, I won't say Indus water treaty, you have a tight control over what you want to do with the Indus. And Pakistan can do nothing about it. You build the dam slowly. All that hawa is gone. वो भीख मांगेगा आके. And I've said this earlier. So now they are fully realizing, this is of course the sound clip which came out in Sama TV some time back about their two front situation when at the height of spat with Afghanistan. Let's hear it.
वजह साहब ऐसी सूरत हाल में बाज़ एनालिस्ट का ख्याल ये है कि इंडिया इसी वक्त भी वो घटिया हरकत कर सकता है कि हमारे बॉर्डर्स को इजी कर सकता है. क्या आप ऐसी चीजें एंटिसिपेट कर रहे हैं?
नहीं, बिल्कुल इसको आप रूल आउट नहीं कर सकते. बिल्कुल इसकी भी पॉसिबिलिटी है. लेकिन हम जब भारत के साथ हमारा ये एनकाउंटर हुआ आज से कुछ महीने पहले, बुनियादन महसूस जो हुआ है, तो हम अफगानिस्तान के बॉर्डर से तो वहां पे फौज लेके नहीं गए हुए थे.
पे पूछता हूँ, अल्लाह पाक रहम करे, इस वक्त सूरत हाल बहुत अच्छी नहीं, लेकिन सर टू फ्रंट वॉर जो है, कभी एज डिफेंस मिनिस्टर आपने कोई मीटिंग प्रिजाइड की इसके ऊपर या प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने कि अगर ये सिचुएशन हो तो हमने कैसे डील करना?
नहीं, स्ट्रेटेजी इसकी है पब्लिकली तो इस वक्त नहीं उसको हम डिस्कस करते हैं, लेकिन वी आर प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर एनी इवेंचुअलिटी इन दिस रिगार्ड.
So they are prepared for any eventuality of a two-front war. Now they've started thinking of a two-front war. The question before us is, should we go into a two-front war? Because a two-front war doesn't serve India's purpose. Now you might find it strange and counterintuitive to talk. The idea is to keep Pakistan in a two-front situation constantly. Or you go into a war and ensure that Pakistan is finished off, which is costly to all of us. I mean, it's at the expense of our own growth. Why should you go into a war? And that is why I'm very happy with what happened in Op Sindoor. 4 days, you finished it one way or the other. You've done it, even if you didn't do 2 more days, because 2 more days or 3 more days of Op Sindoor would have finished Pakistan off. But the cost might for us might have been more. So you pulled out and you're growing still and you're happy and your influence is growing. And if you see India's trajectory post Op Sindoor, which I'm going to do in a day or two, India's trajectory post Op Sindoor, everything has gone up. Okay. And now you have Afghanistan on your side. They are in a complete two-front situation. Keep this two-front situation going. Don't get into a two-front war. Water, pinpricks, help Baluchistan. This is the time to help Baluchistan and KPK. This is the time to get your water diplomacy up on board. This is the time to ensure that Pakistan, go to IMF and tell them, look, what are they doing? Cheating. Help all multinational exiting Pakistan. There's so many things you can do. You would have a strategy. We have to, and I see that, and just make him run around. Keep deploying his forces all around the countryside. Don't even fire one single bullet. He'll bloody collapse. If not collapse, he'll keep going worse to bad to worse. Let people within them rise. And let Pakistan's history take care of itself.
वजह साहब
Right? And that's my proposition. I hope you understood. Look where I've got you from tomatoes to a large two-front strategy. What should India's two-front strategy be? The fact that chap doesn't have tomatoes has got strategic value to us. Understand this and turn the screws on. Right, I've done with whatever I had to say today, and we'll take some questions, and and evening I'll talk of China and where China is headed, and China's ambitions. We'll talk of that. There's a very interesting thinking in China, but I'll talk of that in the evening. Okay. Travel Sound, thanks a lot for gifting 5 memberships. My only request is for those who got this membership as a gift, request you all to keep the membership going. Right? Yeah. Yeah, next video, make a thing on nuclear powered aircraft carrier and S5 nuclear. Yeah, we'll talk of it, don't worry. See, what is the advantage of having a nuclear powered aircraft or a nuclear powered submarine? The main thing is with a submarine, you can stay underground, underwater for a long time. You don't have to surface. Major nuclear subs used to would stay up to a year underneath without surfacing anywhere. If they do, they would surface somewhere, revictualize and get back in. See that movie, Red October. Okay. Sean Connery acts as a submarine commander. You'll understand about nuclear submarines and how they behave. Okay. And nuclear carrier, what? It takes you off, same thing. Power. It only powers your system. That's the only great advantage of nuclear carrier. Oh. Yeah. So what is the view of Pakistan from their best friends, American and Chinese point of view? They all realize the reality of Pakistan. There's no doubt about it. We shouldn't have a doubt about it. Okay. But they're playing Pakistan out. Yeah. Pakistan is full of cartoons. I agree with you. Thank you. Pakistan authorities begging Afghanistan for visa. Well, they'll beg. They have to beg for many things more. It is only the beginning. Namaskaram, Janal Garu. Thanks a lot, Achintya. Yeah. Good morning, sir. How are you? Well, hope you are well. Yeah. Pakistan will go to Tomato Clinic. Yeah. Yeah. Balram Krishnan, Jai Hind. Yeah, I agree with you, Mera. Even ISPR has all the YouTube channels under its control. Even the Pakistani YouTube channels can only speak what the ISPR puts out. I agree with you. No tomatoes in Pakistan, but their buffoon Marshall was selling rare tobacco and BDs in the White House. Yeah. Vivek Berry, long time. Jai Sri Ram. Yeah. Tomatoes 36 per kg in India. I agree with you. Why do Pakistan spokesmen blabber with so much bravado? They can't help it. They're hoping like hell that USA will bail them out, China will bail them out, but that's the way they are. Okay. And you have to also understand, Pakistan is a funny society. There's a set of elites, people who are well-to-do, who are running this whole show at the top. They are not affected. They are living. It's the out of 240 million, or which is official, my view is 300 million Pakistanis. 280 million Pakistan are in a bad shape and getting worse. There's poverty, there's polio, there's everything. 20 million are well off, and they are the ones who blabber all this. It doesn't affect them. They have got enough money. That's the thing you have to understand about Pakistan. Neil, Jai Hind. Yeah, unstable Pakistan is dangerous to the region. The like US, they don't intend to pay back their debts. That's why they're not. Yeah, I agree with you. Completely valid statement. That's what we should not allow them to do. We shouldn't allow instability to spill here. Don't get into a fight with them. Screw them. Anant Krishna, Jai Hind. Do a session on Asian meeting in India first time tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow. Today, tomorrow is the thing. Maybe Tuesday we'll do it. How does India view Pakistan Sri Lanka relationship? It's not good. At this point of time, we shouldn't be too worried about it. Right? Whatever Sri Lanka is a different kettle of fish. Maybe one day I'll talk of Sri Lanka, then we'll understand. Yeah, Pakistan Naval Chief visits Sir Creek. Let him be. He's worried. They're worried actually. Ladybird Haru, good morning. ये है देखा, नो वॉशरूम इन इंडिया. ये पाकिस्तानी है. ये भैया हमारा तो पानी भी नहीं है साफ करने के लिए. Pakistan is getting tomahawk message. Jokers. They cannot be peaceful coexistence with Pakistan. I agree with you. Yeah, when will they realize that India is a giant and they're not equals? They'll never realize it. Yeah, Akash, good morning, Jai Hind and Jai Bharat. Awesome. Teacher, sir, please give some love to tech topics. Loved Pinaka and Brahmo Show. We'll get back. I'll start doing more on tech topics. Don't worry. Very good. Informative. Good morning, Shankar Garu. Please do a session on Russia with Professor Helmer. It's been a while since he has had a discussion on EU. Actually, Professor Helmer, John Helmer is in Germany these days to launch a book. First week of November, he is coming to India. Let's see when I can get doing that. Just drank a glass full of Satluj water. So, Pakistanis copying our agricultural tools, they can copy anything they want, but will it be effective? Because their situation is bad. Yeah, good morning, General Sir and fellow viewers. Pakistan is a bigger country, we know that. Can you do a program on North-South corridor, India's role in it? Yeah, I'll do that. But the North-South corridor is really not taken off. There's nothing much I can talk. I can talk of it as one of the corridors, but it is far away from happening. Let's be very frank about it. It's still in the realm of hoping that it will happen. The faster corridors, IMEC, on which I've done this thing. But if you want something on IMEC separately, I'll do it. What is the fundamental planning of IMEC and where will it start paying off? It's just not taking goods. Basically, IMEC is all about energy. INSTC about goods. Yeah. What sort of loser defense minister Pakistan has? Rather than working in office, he is found in sitting in. He is meant only for that. The Sunday morning with your insights makes a good day. Vishwanathan, Kunar river is snow-fed. A dam can help in Afghan economy. At the same time, reduced flow can mitigate soil salinity in Pakistan. Scientific management can mitigate reduced flow. But reduced flow means no water in that belt between Peshawar and Islamabad. That will be lethal for Pakistan. Because if water goes less in, Peshawar area, which is the heart of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, well, Peshawar is the capital of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and Pakistan can't manage that problem. That's the issue. The problem will become worse. Oh my God, no tomatoes in Pakistan. Yeah. Won't Taliban damn alienate Pakhtuns in KPP? Yeah, it is. It will. It will. Does Pakistan have any workable plan? No. Sorry, nothing. Yeah. I will watch the Red October movie. Yes, must. Yeah. Email ID, it's there in the YouTube channel itself. You search for it, you'll get it there. Currently, what Indian armed forces are doing to Pakistan is how Alexander did to Persian army. Yeah, you just go up and down. Happiness. Pakistan trying to catch up without. It's a catch up without tomatoes. Yeah, I didn't get it. What is the Pakistani general doing in Bangladesh? He's gone for a holiday there. Yeah, what else can he do? Yeah, this is interesting what you said. In China, generals are purged and humiliated. In US, Trump humiliates 800 generals. In Pakistan, one general humiliates the entire nation. Good way of looking at it. Yeah, Malika, thanks for the wonderful Sunday session. FATF also. Yeah, there's also something. I read it today morning. I forgot to put it. Good, you reminded me. The FATF has said already, which I forgot to mention this. The FATF has told Pakistan that you are not bulletproof. This is the words they have used. I forgot to mention it. Sorry. Thanks a lot. They've said, look, we have got evidence of you people, doing money transfers through wallets, digital wallets. And digital wallets and the digital system of money, small money transfers is now the way of funding terror organizations. We are tracking it. And you're not bulletproof, you can get back. The FATF has already said this. So that's another thing which is, available with us, tool available with us. With the kind of digital technology we have, we can actually start tracking this and expose them. Do you expose it to FATF and put pressure on Pakistan? The case is even worse. If you can manage to do that, then IMF can't give loan to them. Yeah. Do we need to worry about Gazafication of Pakistan? Too far at this point of time. No tomatoes in Pakistan, and here in India, I'm having tomato soup. Great. Yeah. So that's it for the day. We've had a great session. I've enjoyed talking to all of you. I hope you people have liked this video. If you liked this video, press the like button, subscribe to Ghana Shot, and also join me as members. I'd like to thank again all those members who have stayed with me and all those members who are joining. And wait till evening, we'll talk something about China and what China is up to, because China is looking somewhere else. And then, of course, we'll talk of other things as we go along. With this, thank you. See you in the evening at 8 o'clock. Till then, have a great day. It might be at 7 o'clock, depends on how things happen in the day. If I can, I'll do it at 7 o'clock in the evening. Join me and then. Because I came across certain interesting things about China. Right? It's not just India, China. A few more things. We'll talk of it. Okay. Till then, have a great day. Bye. And Jai Hind to all of you.